Hey moms! Hey, this is Christina from Healthy Steps for Moms. And so one of our moms asked, what is the best lotion to use for dry skin? Well, I have a simple idea that really helped me a lot. And I'm going to share it with you. And honestly, it wasn't my original idea. I got it from a good friend. So this is the story. I asked my friend, who has such beautiful, flawless skin. I mean, her skin's so soft, it's beautiful. And I asked her, what do you use on your skin? Because I knew she was a crunchy mama like me. She made her own lotions and her own beauty products. So I wanted to know. So we were at a party or something, and I was like, hey, what do you use for your skin? I want your recipe. So she took me aside, and she seemed a little embarrassed. And she says, Christina, she says, I don't use soap anymore. And I said, well, what do you mean? And she says, I don't use soap in the shower anymore. So I said, well, great, that's wonderful, but I want your recipe for my dry skin. I want whatever you're using for your lotion, that's what I want to use. And she says, no, she says, you don't get it. She says, I don't soap up in the shower anymore. I don't need lotion. So I was like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? Who doesn't like soap up in the shower? That's what the shower's all about. So anyway, what she did was she explained to me the secret of fat. And that's what I'm going to share with you. So when you look at, the outside of every cell, right? It's called the cell membrane, right? And it has this membrane that is basically fat. And this membrane is fat permeable. So for a molecule to go through the membrane, it has to be fat soluble and extremely, very, very, very tiny. Well, so on the outside of our skin, it pretty much is similar. Like it has this fat membrane on it, and for something to be absorbed, it has to be very, very small and fat soluble. Now, fat's our friend, but think about this. When you're using soap, you're taking off the fat. Think about your kitchen, right? When you're scrubbing up the plates and the dishes and you're cleaning off the pans, you're using the soap and it's breaking up the fat. Like that's the whole thing about soap. It breaks up the fat. So when you're soaping up in the shower, you're essentially breaking up the fat that is protecting our skin. So, and that's basically the opposite of what we want, because the soap is really making our skin dry. So if you don't know that, right, and I didn't know that, you are going and you're trying a different soap, but then maybe you try this lotion or you get that lotion, you have a lotion for your body, you have a lotion for your hands, and you just keep on lathering and lotioning. Well, we're going to go about this differently, and what that's going to do is it's going to save us a ton of time, and it's going to save us money. It's going to save us time because after your shower, you're going to be done instead of putting all this extra lotion on. The other thing is it's going to save you money because now you're not going to have to spend extra money for lotion, body lotion, extra money for hand lotion. We're just going to do one thing in the shower and we're done. Okay. So I'm going to share with you what my friend shared with me, and that is the reason why she doesn't use soap anymore in the shower, and that's because we're going to clean with fat. So I'm not talking about, grab your hamburger meat and start scrubbing like that. That's not what we're going to do. We're going to be using the fatty oils. And if you look at your lotions, right, that's your body lotion or your hand lotion, you're going to find that there's probably coconut oil in there. Maybe there's olive oil, avocado oil. Those are the fatty oils that I'm talking about. And that's what we're going to use for cleaning. So my friend said, use fat to clean fat. And that's what we're going to do. And you'll really be surprised how easy it is. Basically, what you're going to do is you're going to jump in the shower. You're going to get all wet like you always do. But instead of taking the soap and scrubbing up, you're going to be taking the mixture that I'm going to teach you how to make. You're going to use this. Pretend it's your soap. You could put it on your towel or whatever. And you're just going to use that to scrub up. And then you're just going to rinse off and then towel off like you always do. That's the difference. Now you're not going to have to put on lotion after that because you're washing and you're lotioning or you're hydrating at the same time. So you're going to be done. Okay, so the basic recipe is really up to you. It depends on what you have at home, what's you can buy at the store, and what you like, what texture you like on your skin. So I'm not very good at giving recipes because I'm all like, you figure it out. It's all based on you. So you're going to need a small jar. This is a very small jar. It's one of those jelly jars, or you could use like a bigger jar, whatever works for you. And the fats that I have coconut oil here. I also love avocado oil. So those are the two fatty oils that I have here. If you have something else, you could do that. Ooh, safflower oil is another one I really like. I just find that the olive oils are too thick on my skin. I don't like that feeling. But here we go. Oh, and the other things that we have is Epsom salt. So I have Epsom salt. And then if you want to add a scent to your lotion that you're going to be making, you can grab some essential oils. And I have lavender, a eucalyptus, I have a geranium, and then a blend called Thieves. So it's up to you. You don't have to add the oils if you don't want to. So with the coconut oil, depending on the temperature, it's either going to be a solid coconut oil or a harder coconut oil. So it's cool today, so I have hard coconut oil. But in the shower, if in the shower in the heat for a while, it'll start getting soft. But that's why it's nice to mix your coconut with another thin oil, and then it kind of stays more liquid. So we're just going to take some coconut oil. I did about I would say that's like a tablespoon. And then I have my, I love the avocado oil. I put some avocado oil in here. I'd say that's about a tablespoon also. And then if I'm going to use some essential oil, I'll put that in now so it can really mix up with the fatty oils first. So in here, I'll just put 2 drops. That's all you need. Okay. And then now I grab my Epsom salts, and this is a teaspoon, so I'm going to put 1, 2. So this is again where you can get creative with your salts, and the salt is there really to give some exfoliation and some scrubbing feeling. So I like Epsom salt. But you could also get some of the pink Himalayan salt and do that, and it makes a real pretty color. You could mix them, the Himalayan and the Epsom. You could also get some sea salt. Really, again, what you have on hand, and you're going to have to just experiment and try and see what works for you. Everyone's going to have their own little combo. And if you're making this maybe for a hand scrub at the kitchen sink, then you might want it a little bit more scratchy versus something that you're using in the shower. Okay, so here we go. I just tossed it all in there, and now I'm just going to mix it up. And if you have a couple people in your household, they could make their own blends depending on what essential oils they like. And I make enough to last maybe a week to 2 weeks. And then I'll just make some new stuff. Okay, so there we go. So that's what I have. This is the consistency. And yeah, so that's what I'm going to use to scrub my body with in the shower. Okay, so try it for a week and see how you feel. Let's see. Some points to make. I have some notes here, some points I wanted to share with you. So this is great for just a daily hop in the shower and get ready for the day. But, like if I'm in the garden or doing something where I'm really muddy and just a mess in, then I'll whip out some soap. And then I love the black liquid soap. That's fantastic stuff. So yeah, on muddy, yucky days where you're really sweaty and gross, then yeah, use a little soap to kind of clean maybe the extra stinky areas. Let's see. Something I've learned is take care of your hair first before getting your hands all oily. Don't oil up and then scrub your hair, because you're going to just be spreading those oils in your hair, and that's a little too much there. If you think I'm crazy and you're like, Christina, this is way too much for me. I'm not up for showering with oil. Then just make something and keep it at a sink, in the kitchen sink or the downstairs sink, and every time you wash your hands, use this mixture instead of soap, and see how your hands feel. And if you're finding like, hey, I'm not putting on the lotion as much as I used to, then it works, and then consider using it in the shower. And let's see, this is definitely, it's not for your face either. Our face has such different texture. It's so sensitive. So this is not meant for the face. It's meant for the body. And then generally speaking, you might consider adding an omega, a good quality omega multivitamin to your diet too, if your skin is really, really dry during the winter time. That's very helpful. And then this is really for dry skin. If you're dealing with more than that, remember that our skin health is directly related to our gut health. So if you're having major skin issues or concerns, then maybe take a look at what's going on in your gut and how things are going on there. Okay, so that's our basic recipe, is some sort of fat, some sort of salt, which I use Epsom salt. You could use an essential oil. You could use for skin support. Lavender and geranium are great. They're very sweet smells. Eucalyptus is nice to add in there too, because then when you're in the shower, you're getting that wonderful eucalyptus smell, supports the respiratory system. If you're using this for your hands, you could use the same oils too, or you could toss in a blend that I love called Thieves. And that is going to help protect you from germs and microbes, and at the same time, you're going to be cleaning and hydrating your hands at the same time. Okay, so if you have any questions, just shoot them down below, and then let me know if you give this a try and what you think. How does it work for you? So thanks so much. This is Christina from Healthy Steps, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.